The United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals are indeed a transformative blueprint for addressing global challenges and fostering sustainability. I think those goals are worth sharing, and so I'm just going to quickly read them. And again, these are truly aspirational and they come out of the UN. No poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equity, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry innovation and infrastructure, reduced inequalities, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life below water, life on land, peace, justice, and strong institutions, partnerships for the goals. In fact, my doctoral program required that each student focus on at least one goal as our collective way as social workers to take very seriously the impact or an impact that we can make on changing the world. Deep commitment and insights underline the interconnectedness of these goals and the need for collective responsibility to uplift societies all over the world. I had the great privilege and opportunity to spend some time in Uganda. And reflecting on that experience as I prepared for this interview, and you'll soon find out why, and the learning about their clan-based system was poignant in that they highlight how identity and tradition coexist with the necessity for collaboration across boundaries. This shift from identifying by differences to uniting for shared solutions is at the heart of what the UN Sustainable Goals aim to inspire globally. I think at the heart of what my guest has created in Uganda. Investing in youth and education aligns directly with Sustainable Development Goal number 4, quality education, and indirectly fuels several others like decent work and economic growth, goal number 8, and reduced inequalities, goal number 10. This perspective reinforces how crucial it is to view sustainability as not just environmental, but deeply tied to social and economic development. It truly takes a village, which is a common expression that many of us use. And it essentially means we need to lift one another up to attain the most robust society for long-term sustainability. Lifting up any society often begins with opportunities that offer economic sustainability. These opportunities can only be realized when individuals are schooled and trained. If we don't invest in our youth, we are essentially saying that the next generation isn't worth the investment. What does that say about sustainability? What does that say about building competition that creates a landscape of creativity and forward-thinking products and services so that we can, in fact, be better and the world can be better? Welcome to Small and Gutsy, our podcast featuring nonprofits and social enterprises under $10 million. My name is Dr. Laura Shirk-Witkoff, and I'm excited and proud to be your host. We hope you'll love the stories as much as we do, and perhaps you will find needed services, a job, volunteer, invest in, or donate. Small and Gutsy is not just a podcast, but a 501c3 nonprofit. Our vision is to spotlight every smaller nonprofit and social enterprise to raise their visibility. So please help me with our vision and send me any organization you'd like featured to laura@smallandgutsy.org. Domestic violence and early pregnancies among young girls are rampant in communities and are caused by poverty and unemployment, forcing families to lack basic needs. This is specific to my guest and what he's working on in Uganda. Dependable Youth Initiative Uganda is a registered community non-governmental organization committed to empowering youth and women through vocational skill building, gender rights, and equality, environment conservation, and reproductive health education. This is a huge vision. Their services include child protection and governance, education, youth livelihood and poverty eradication, young mothers empowerment, gender equality and human rights, water, sanitation and hygiene, also known as WASH, climate and environment conservation, and resilience building. Their mission is to help young people and women acquire the skills and knowledge they need to become self-sufficient and provide support to help them overcome the challenges they face. That's truly uplifting society. They work to promote sustainable development and build a bright future for the youth of Uganda and beyond. Poverty, unemployment, human rights violations, and climate change are the direct problems DYIU, Dependable Youth Initiative Uganda, is addressing and solving through different projects. Denise Nambale has undertaken the management of various projects and offers economic empowerment and financial literacy with the goal of ending poverty for vulnerable youth in the Masaka district, and if I mispronounce that, Dennis will correct me, of Uganda. I am truly excited to introduce my guest today, Dennis Nambale, the powerhouse behind DY Initiative Uganda. So let's get started. Welcome, Dennis. I have a special place in my heart for Uganda, so this interview was particularly meaningful for me. And as we sort of briefly met before, I think I told you I went there to do some work several times. And at one point, I took two of my children. One was doing his bar mitzvah project, and we raised money for a small organization so they could play soccer and be part of the larger community, and try to get scholarships for those kids to go to secondary school, because it's the only way you can do that in Uganda. Your country has a special place in my heart. I love the food, the people. It was just a great experience. So I'd love for you to share how this came about. How did this come about for you? Your passion is clear. You have a tall order in front of you. And so share with me, how did that begin?
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be sharing the work we are doing in aiming at transforming vulnerable groups of people to sustainable livelihood. First of all, I'm Nambale Dennis, the founder of Dependable Youth Initiative Uganda, a community-based organization aiming at transforming vulnerable people to sustainable livelihood. My background came up in project management and social work, whereby I was attached to the society that I'm living in, and having grown up in a small poverty-stricken community where residents can't afford 2 meals a day, early pregnancies among young girls is rampant. Domestic violence is the order of the day, resulting into school dropouts for young children. Our community is experiencing family neglect, whereby once a girl gets pregnant at a young age, is neglected by the family. Also, the husband that made her pregnant also abandons her. So this has prolonged, resulted into suicidal tendencies among girls, which came up as a result of failure to afford what to eat, as well as looking after their family members. So they find up in an agonistic state, and sometimes they tend to take away their lives because of poverty that is that is affecting them. You find out that girls between 15 to 17 years are involved into sexual affairs, not because they want, but it is the only way for survival and their mindset of getting what to eat. The major cause of this is poverty that is bringing everything to be tough to all people in the community. So the passion to carry out such an initiative is that I grew up in a poverty-stricken community where I see that hardships among the lives of the people spend years without having a dream. Actually, for them, it is just for survive for the fittest, but they don't have that mentality that they can change their lives for sustainable development. They can rely on themselves. You find out that women in the community, they don't, actually for them, they over rely on men. And once a man is poor, that means that is violence at home, and nothing will move on as expected. So due to high poverty levels within the community, so they don't have hope to change, and they don't have hope to change, and this is affecting generations. So when you find out that these kids, all these youth, they live in poverty levels, that means that their future is also affected. So young boys abandon their responsibilities. You find out that they disappear within the communities, because once the poverty levels are high, you find out that these girls engage with boys into sexual affairs to get what to eat. And these boys abandon their responsibilities and they disappear from the community. And now this tends to make these girls left suffering without anyone is anyone is caring. So once a girl gets pregnant in our community, that marks an end of her life. That does not mean that she's killed, but her future is antagonized. Y- yeah, her future is limited. She gets terminated from the school, and the same times her family, if her own family, tends to ignore her, abandon her, even chases her out of the family. Actually, they see it as a curse. They see a girl as a curse that has no future in the community. So, as Dependable Youth Initiative, we want to show the people in the community that even if a girl gets pregnant at a young age, she can truly go back to school. Same time, she can get skilled and say that she can be of importance within the community. Because we've seen various people in different countries or in different communities whereby someone gives testimony that she got pregnant during her school going age, but she was taken back to school by her parents, or she was not abandoned. She was not seen as a curse within the family, and she was kept there. So, as Dependable Youth Initiative, we come up and say no. This has to end. If a girl gets pregnant, though it is not good to get pregnant at a young age, if she gets pregnant at a young age, let us offer her a second chance, like scaling, or take her back to school when she's still in need of it. Uh, there has to be equal opportunities that is given to these people in the community. There has to be rights that are protected for these people, because getting pregnant at a young age or uh, uh, does not mean someone that is taken away from her right to have a family.
What I'm hearing is you're really trying to break the cycle of poverty. That poverty, this is the underpinning deep problem. Women and some young men use themselves through sex, get food or barter. So it's that survivor mentality. So hard to shift that, both from an educational standpoint, so it doesn't happen in the first place. That's a tough one when somebody's hungry, right? And on the other side, when something does happen, it's not the end of their life. And I know you're
Oh yeah.
that, but not the end of their opportunities. What it sounds like you're doing and where your passion comes from your own experience of witnessing
Oh,
this and being in an impoverished community, is that you are providing what actually I did a podcast a while ago, and I love this term. He doesn't use hope or hopeful, he uses informed optimism. And what I love about that is you're providing education and you're informing these young folks that there
yeah.
is something beyond their circumstances, because the likelihood, particularly women who will get abandoned from their families because possibly shame, but I think more than that, that then there's another mouth to feed and they're like, well, she can't work and she can't go to
Oh,
school,
yeah.
so what's the point?
Oh,
And you're really
oh yeah.
saying there is a point, there is hope, and we have programs for youth.
Covers both youth. It means girls and boys, and we also look at these girls that are pregnant mothers. Uh, we also look at those who got married at a young age and abandoned by the husbands, and abandoned by the families. Find girls marry as early as 15 years or 16 years. For us, we say that even if a woman is 25 years but married at a younger age, single mothers, as low as 22 years, 23 years. And now these people are living in a community where they don't have hope, they don't have any skill, they don't have any job. So for them, they just in the community to be used. And the same time, they may be doing odd jobs, digging in someone's house or someone's garden to be given what to eat, digging in someone's garden to earn something little, but that cannot be sustainable. And as Dependable Youth Initiative, we want to see that at least if it is skilling, let them be skilled and have that skill. Even if they shift from one community to another, they can reach that community where they've gone and bring in their skill to earn a living. The reason as to why we are taking girls and boys is that we resolved that once we concentrate on only girls, that is also a challenge in the future, because these boys who are abandoned will be the husbands of these girls. So it will be, yeah, it will be tough for girls only to be the ones that are providing for families when these boys cannot. So we want to see that at least there is gender balance and we serve both genders equally, though as you know that our mothers, when we empower mothers, once we skill mothers, that creates
They see that
yeah,
their mom. I have
children are
a,
protected.
so tell me,
Yeah.
you have education projects that help with both pre and post pregnant. So if someone not to get pregnant, you'll educate around financial literacy
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
like skill building.
Oh
What are
yeah.
some of the other projects that you have at the forefront right now?
So the active projects that we have that what we call vocational skilling, that is now under basket weaving as well as tailoring. We saw them as the quickest skills that someone can use or can gain from as early as possible. So when someone gets skilled in basket weaving, because for us in our community, it is more of agriculture, and when someone is skilled in basket weaving, these baskets are sold directly to farmers. They are sold directly to women who are working in the market. So it means that it becomes very, very easy for girls to get market and revenue out of it. Skilling, it is a great deal project that we want also to enhance, to see that at least we can now add on hairdressing, we can add on other skills that are benefiting men like carpentry or welding. So to see that at least we can make it, we can make it a great project that can be relied on for future years for our beneficiaries. Another project that we are on is financial literacy. This is a base which gives our beneficiaries entrepreneurship skills, financial management skills, saving, that saving culture. We teach our beneficiaries, we train them to save. Once they save, now they have to borrow. So they have to live in that economy whereby they can now start to know that they have to manage their incomes in such a way that they have to, though they are operating, but they have to save. Now they have, after saving, once they want to incur excess capital for their businesses, now they have to go in these groups, because this financial literacy is basically implemented in Village Savings and Loans Association, what we call VSLAs. And you find out this Village Savings and Loans Association helps them to save. After saving, now they borrow, and also they have what we call social fund that helps them in times of distress and joy. Because you find out that once in this financial literacy, they join themselves together. It is a group.
I think that's brilliant. And in part, it's you're really building that as a community effort and you're teaching
Yeah.
it at the same time. Do you have, I'm sure you do, but can you share? And I've seen on your website, you'll have these wonderful stories of folks who have gone through your program. Is there a particular aha moment you want to share, or share a particular story of someone who really didn't have sustainable income and then participated in your program and really now has learned a skill or has is really now able to sustain themselves? I'd love to hear a few of those stories.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So one of them is called Nanda Maxi, and I believe if someone is there following us on LinkedIn, he has ever seen us posting that wonderful lady. She's committed. She's the single mother of two kids, and she was abandoned by her husband. Her child, actually for her, she's a disabled woman. But she trying to see that at least even if she's disabled, she can make a change in her life. So we find her struggling and having nothing to do, and we offered her an opportunity to participate in skilling, that is basket weaving. And currently now she's really earning something out of basket weaving. The more you interact with these people, they take you to be now their family. She recently opened up to me and said, no, one of my kids is suffering from sickle cells. She has to keep up looking after that kid here and there, yet she has also to concentrate on the business so that at least she can stay earning and operating. So her life is also challenging, but we are trying hard to monitor her and see that at least she can stay in operation, so that at least she can keep on earning something out of her scaling business. But she's progressing very well.
Her It sounds like her basket weaving though is quite proficient and she is able to earn some money. And is that because they on your website where you can purchase from her, or does she also participate in where they're sold other places?
Actually, she's in that community that she's living in. They what we can call vendors, basket weaving vendors, and these people trading those baskets. So let me say, if Maxi makes baskets, she can display them. Those people come moving around and say, "Oh, do you have something ready? I take it." Because for them now they conduct business in that form.
Any other aha moments or stories of people who you really feel have been able to sustain themselves? I mean, she's got a much more
Yeah,
complicated situation because of her child, but she learned a skill. She's putting it to use. She's selling her baskets or bartering them, and then she has this
yeah,
other complication. But any others
yeah.
where they have been successful in a skill or and where they're really able to sustain and has shifted their life?
Another one is a gentleman called Senkungu Stephen, and Senkungu Stephen, he was doing odd jobs within the community. We conducted an economic empowerment training, and I was the one who moderating it. I brightened them out how they can use the available resources within the community, even if they don't have, because as our community is more of agriculture, even if someone does not have a piece of land, he can rent to those ones who have them. So this Stephen Senkungu, after the training, he decided to rent a piece of land and started practicing agriculture. And last season, Senkungu planted cabbage and maize. And right now, I found out that he has planted beans. And now that shows that, yeah, that shows that there is that the progress in the trainings that we are doing, and the message we give them, because we give them a message of hope that even if you are doing odd jobs, you can create something else so that at least you can earn money on yourself without doing the other odd jobs alone. So Stephen, he sells them out to traders within the community, to schools within the community. So he's really focusing, and he actually recently I went there for an evaluation, and in his feedback he told me that he's planning within the next years, so that at least he can own his own he can own his property, and see that at least he can now start to to grow his vegetables and cereals on his own farm. So that means that he's determined to see that at least he can make a change in his life.
It's fabulous, really unbelievably fabulous. So, if you, and I don't know that you can estimate this, but do you have a sense of the number of people you've been able to affect change, whether they've been in a class or directly through a relationship? Do you have a sense of how many people you have gone through your program and your projects, and how many people you've really assisted?
Yeah, actually, almost when I count the number of people that have undergone our trainings, they are almost around 250 to 300 between there. Cause we try to see that at least we go almost village per village, meeting those groups of people. So the facilitation in the training that we give in, the message we share, it has impacted almost between 250 to 300 individuals. Yeah,
Is this all in the Makati
yeah.
region? Did I get that correctly? Is that all in the Makati region? And these are small villages?
Yeah, actually, for us, we have what we call Greater Masaka region, that consists of 5 districts. And as our setting that we have districts, we have sub-counties, now we have parishes, and then villages. You find out that we serve in Greater Masaka region that is consists of 5 districts. And under these 5 districts, we try to see that at least we can reach at least village by village. So at least we share with them those insights that can make a difference. We can make a difference within the lives of the people.
For sure. How many people do you have working with you? Because it sounds like this undertaking is the region is fairly large, and you're going and
Yeah.
to place. It's not such an easy transportation.
So currently, we have two staff that are doing that are on payroll, and we have also 3 volunteers that are assisting us on that. Yeah. So, but when it comes to the sense of training, sometimes we hire external trainers to come in and share knowledge to people, and those external trainers come in to also help us on doing such training activities.
That's great. I mean, you have to broaden your own network in order to support the people who are benefiting. And I sort of wonder over time if the folks who have benefited, like for example, for the guy who's now planting, corn and beans and I forgot the other, but it's sustainable
Cabbages,
and some
yeah.
cabbages. Thank you. I wonder if he will eventually be able to be a mentor or help support someone else who wants to go into that business in another village. It would be interesting because you've literally and figuratively planted a seed that now is growing, and you see the results, and they may want to give back in that shared way. It's
Yeah,
just a thought.
of course, we try to emphasize our beneficiaries not to sit on the ideas and knowledge they've gained. Let them share with others in the community. When they share, that will be a chain that enabling other people in different areas to learn. So we are trying very hard to see that at least there is that chain of knowledge sharing.
So, Dennis, you may or may not know, toward the end of our podcast, I always have a round of quick and gutsy questions, which are just fun. And some may feel very strange because it's so much part of our culture. So, anything that needs translating, I'll try to work on that in terms of whether it makes sense or not. So, are you ready for your round of quick and gutsy questions?
Oh yeah.
Let's try. Okay. What is at the top of your wish list for Dependable Youth Initiative Uganda? But the answer cannot be money or funding, because for every nonprofit, it's
Uh-huh.
money and
Oh
funding.
yeah, for me, what I can say it's more of partnership. If someone or an organization is there to partner or collaborate with us in different projects, that will be now some achievement for us. so that at least we can make this work really successful and impactful to the people in the community.
I love that answer because partnerships are really the concept of village. And what you've done with the banking and the financial literacy is really a partnership within that. If this one may be hard, but maybe not so hard, I don't know. If you were to think of a song or a lyric that describes Dependable Youth Initiative Uganda, what would that be?
Can it be in our local language or on?
Yes, of course. It's any lyric or any song. Of course, it can be in your local language. Absolutely.
Mukama webale, Mukama webale, because it wouldn't be achievable without your favors and blessing. Kubanga w'oli byonna byonna bibeera bisoboka era tukwekwatako nnyo. So that means that God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your favors and blessings. Without you, we couldn't be able to implement such projects to help these people improve their life.
That's wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Um, what makes your organization gutsy? You're on Small and Gutsy. What makes you gutsy? Which is really a euphemism for, it translates in some way to uh, like determination, and you're just jumping in the water and seeing if you can swim. What makes Dependable Youth that way?
We are growing communities together, so we don't want to leave every community untouched. So we are growing communities together to see that at least we can move at the same pace.
Love it. It's great. It does. It makes you a forerunner in sort of forward thinking.
Yeah, of course, it is almost bad to see that one community is above the other. That makes even insecurities within the community. It is the same sense that you are rich alone in the community. That means that these poor people will be actually you the rich one, you will be insecure of the poor people in the community. So for us, we believe that let us grow communities together to see that at least we uplift everyone to be able to sustain him or herself.
That's wonderful. Yeah, it's great. It's really true. I did another podcast, and I think the famous poetess Maya Angelou said, and I'll probably do a terrible job of recreating this quotation, but she said something like, a community is only as strong as how you uplift or how you protect and take care of the weakest link.
Yeah, actually, it is the same. It is almost the same because the weakest point is the one that needs to be uplifted to see that at least it can also be somewhere.
Right. Yes. Beautifully said. Yeah, it's true. What is something that outsiders or maybe even a few insiders don't know about Dependable Youth Initiative? What's something that outsiders and maybe even a few insiders don't know about your organization?
Dependable Youth Initiative is the youth-led, and at the same time, it is gender-based, so it does not segregate any gender. So it is an organization that makes someone feel comfortable when is being taught or is being trained to a certain perspective. So Dependable Youth Initiative, it is unique. Reason being, it touches every area of individuals, area of life. So it becomes from skilling, financial literacy, agribusiness, gender equality, sexually productive health, child education, and also charities to those people who are in very need of survival. So Dependable Youth Initiative is a unique and it is the unique organization that makes someone to to change and uplift his or her life.
It's beautiful. Know that coming to you is really a first step in figuring out how they can
Oh,
be
yeah.
both part of a community but sustainable themselves too. If you could get one celebrity or influencer or someone to talk about your organization so it would help expand it or grow it, who might that be?
It's a hard one, though. You may find that I may say I may dream big, which may not be possible, because you may say I would love President Donald Trump to speak about it. You may find out Elon Musk. So
Yeah,
yeah, so I dream big.
influencer for you.
Yeah, it's a good influencer. You may find out because I followed out the American voting. I saw Elon Musk was a good influencer in that sense. So yeah, so you find out that yeah, you may find out that I have hope if it happens and they influence it.
Yeah. Yeah, if they talk about your organization, people are going to want to learn about it. Your funding will increase and so on and so forth. So yeah, I think you should always dream big. Why not?
The other thing I want to share just appreciations as well as to give assurance to potential donors, potential supporters, potential partners and collaborators that Dependable Youth Initiative is a registered community based organization, and once you give us your support to us, it is really reaches directly to the intended project that you want to facilitate, as well as it is really managed very well. At the same time, it is fully accounted, and in that sense that any money you give in, it goes directly to change the life of the people, to change the communities, to see that at least they are sustainable, they're developing, and as well as the welfare of these people is very, very uplifting.
Wonderful thing for donors to know and for partners. What's the best way
Yeah.
for people to reach you, Dennis? How should people reach you?
Yeah, the organization, they can reach out to us uh, through our website, which is running. They can reach through WhatsApp. The organization has WhatsApp number that is also attached to the website. We have a LinkedIn page and the names of Dependable Youth Initiative Uganda. We have an Instagram page in names of Dependable Youth Initiative Uganda. And we also have a Facebook account that is names of DY Initiative Uganda. So we are almost on those social networks. And me personally, as Nambali Dennis, I'm also on LinkedIn, and someone can go there and reach out to me, and we interact more about the work of Dependable Youth Initiative Uganda.
So, Dennis, I just want to take a moment and thank you for spending so much time. I know it's late at night. We had a little bit of internet interruption here and there, but because you're in Uganda and I'm here in California, but I so appreciate you staying up late for this interview and for really spending the time sharing about this amazing program that you really was your destiny in so many ways. And I really appreciate you spending time with me. Thank you.
Me the most. Me the most. Thank you so much. I'm really appreciating for giving me this opportunity to present the work and share with the world the work of Dependable Youth Initiative Uganda. Really, I'm very humbled and thankful. I don't know what I can reward you, but God, I think I'm going to pray for you for good health, as well as getting more resources to see that at least such an impactful work can go on very well. So thank you so much, Mrs. Lula.
Thank you. And I'm going to return those prayers to you.
Thank you so much for your time. I'm very grateful and humbled.
Please go to smallandgutsy.org to check out all of our episodes. And if you are so inclined, please purchase some Small and Gutsy merchandise, consider sponsoring an episode, or making a donation. Both are tax deductible to help keep us going and spotlighting these great organizations. The opinions and viewpoints expressed by our guests are independent and do not reflect the position or views of Small and Gutsy. Of course, we can't take responsibility outside of our own vetting of the organizations we interview, so before you sign on to support or work for them, we encourage you to do your own due diligence and research them as well. I want to thank my partners in this endeavor, the Intrinsic Group, my incredible board of directors, Brianna Carmichael, John Gatto, Lucy Mello, Ari McCoy, Melissa Greitz, and Serena Rajabian, who believed in me and this project enough so to sign on and to support this effort, and all the folks, friends, and family who have guided and inspired me. And thank you for listening. Together, we are spreading social impact, and you can help us. If you like this podcast, please share it with your friends. And don't forget to email me the name of any organization you feel would benefit from being interviewed. From small and gutsy to big with impact. I'm Laura Witkoff, and thanks for listening.